clan has strong representation in our tournament.
They
These
do.
guys. Yep. I mean, they're a pretty strong clan. They don't look like they're bringing any of the 2K caliber players, but I'm encouraged. If a clan signs up, I assume that they got good practice partners in each other. And we got some wacky maps and settings here, dude. You can probably gain a relative like 300 elo with good prep, I'd say. So TM Graham here. You know what? Every single time I'm rooting for the underdog.
Sounds like a plan. TomS will have Italians, Bohemians, Mayans, and Burgundians, while Graham will have Turks, Mongols, Byzantines, and Poles. Home map for Graham is going to be Monkey Arena. TomS has selected Banana Cove.
Very interesting, man. TM Graham's got some nice civs for the maps here. I think Byzantines. I'll maintain it until I see otherwise. I think Byzantines are the top tier pick for Cove. Obviously, I like Turks for Arena, though it's a bit disheartening to see Bohemians and Italians in Tom S's stable. Uh, Graham kind of lacking an Arabia civ here, as I guess he's going. But honestly, Banana Cove and Arena, those are two pretty good clown maps, man. I think Tom S has a chance of taking this, even if he has to do it through the back door after losing Arabia.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting as well as I load into the game here for us. It appears these guys are both TM members.
Hmm. Interesting. That I'm sure they know each other well. Honestly, that actually bodes poorly for the underdog, as sometimes as the underdog, you're hoping to gain advantage from your opponent not knowing your style at all, so you can take them by surprise. I would be shocked if TomS is not familiar with Graham's play style and preferences here. But at the same time, maybe there'll be some like brotherly stuff going on. TomS might hang loose a little to give his boy Graham a little bit of a chance, and maybe Graham will stab him in the back and make him regret the day he didn't go his hardest. I don't know, dude. I'm just trying to like fabricate a narrative here.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about this clan. I believe from what I've seen at their profiles, a lot of them are from like Argentina. So,
Si, senor, man, for
well,
sure.
well, just a little background from what I know. I think that is about it, though. So, a lot of Argentina. I can't even. How do you even say that in plural?
Argentinian is what they'd say.
Argentinian. There we go. So a lot of Argentinian players potentially here for TM, but nonetheless, happy they've all decided to join. There are, I want to say like a half dozen or so of them in this bracket alone.
Yeah, man, I was so happy to see them all flood in towards the end of that sign up window there. The guys at AOE2.net really did a solid giving us that front page posting, as truthfully, that's the difference between us having a tournament that's like one of those sub 2K things and a proper C tier pro tournament, which this is now.
Yeah, definitely crazy, fun, and spectacular. Mongols on Arabia. A civ that is generally considered to be a great civilization, but again, they have to get to that unique unit.
Yeah, and Mangadai are kind of trash versus Plumes and Mayan Skirms. If you're Mongols here, I guess you would normally hope to take an early advantage with super fast scouts. In the late game, I guess it's kind of like Siege, Light Cav. Of course, Mangadai are good, but Mayans just have such cost-effective counters to them that it seems a little unrealistic to get up to that like dream ball of 40 elite Mangadai.
Yeah, will be interesting. Obviously, Graham here with the Mongols will have that huge hunt bonus, and we're going to see if that will pay off here. And actually, Tom is coming forward here with his monkey, looking to do some damage here. There are two sheep here that have yet to be found. Mass steps, please, is what Kato says. It would be interesting if that is, in fact, the case. Just have to wait and see what goes down. Step Lancers, I still don't know how I feel about them. They've been around for a while now. But, man, I feel like they were nerfed into the ground and they haven't really come back yet.
I've never like queued a single step Lancer, to be honest, so I can't tell you much about it. I'm sure they have some favorable unit matchups. I mean, the Knight is just literally the strongest unit in the game, and whenever you're making step Lancers, you're foregoing the chance to make that. So unless you have some sick read on the game and you know that the step Lancers will overperform, Knights are probably just the safe, reliable thing to go for most of the time.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the play is here. Obviously, going up against Mayans here makes for an interesting matchup.
Indeed, as Mayans, are Mayans the top tier Arabia Civ these days or something?
Yeah,
Like if you just go,
I think they are considered to be like top 5 for sure for Arabia Civs among most people, I believe.
yeah, because like the pick frequency in this tournament dictates that they are the clear standout favorite. There's no other Civ that comes close, actually.
Yeah, they've definitely been picked like crazy. Kato says mixed in with knights, archers melt with step lancers. Is that what you're saying, Katos?
I assume that's what he's saying. Yeah, I mean, I know that they have like weaker stats, but they have the ability to focus fire.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
do
know,
have that.
man.
They do have a little bit of range as well, which helps them. We do have forward coming here. It looks like we have 2 Vils headed forward, as well as 3 militia, which I presume will turn into man-at-arms. And there's a chance that these get in here, and I think it's better than just a chance at this point.
Yep, as the main gold and the berries are like almost adjacent. I like this. He must know his opponent here because at high levels, a forward range is so risky. It is 1000% excellent against a full walled opponent as your units just get to the fight faster. So Graham, I would guess, suspected that his opponent would go for this. I mean, I guess walling is a favorite thing to do as the Mayans. And this is just excellent for Graham, man. He's got the forward range. He's got forward vills, like just a few tiles away from both the berries and the main gold. Clean men at arms build. Graham looking solid here, man.
Yeah, we haven't seen this much, but he realized his opponent was walling up and has seen no military buildings. I think he suspected this was going to be a fast castle here and has come forward to try to do some damage. And this was selected. This is like a Hidden Cup 2 influenced Arabia, Katos. Which at
If by
that time.
influence you mean literally the Hidden Cup to Arabia.
Well, he's asking like if it would probably influence the Mayans pick, so I think that definitely is the case here.
Yep, full walling was something that you could just reliably go for back in that time. Um, Truly a different age, man.
Yep, and Graham going to get in here only to see that the town center is right there and retreat. But this has forced Tom into a defensive stance and forward production here. Fletching coming in as well. Still something to be concerned about here. As a tower is actually going to come down. Oh no, he changed his mind.
Yeah, definitely dig the tower. This position is beyond critical. The investment of 120 stone to essentially ensure that you're not pushed off of your main gold and your berries. It's also like nearly ranging the enemy's main production building. This tower will definitely pay for itself.
Yeah, but this is big things here because now the Mayan player will have to go to stone or buy stone to boom the next stage, killing this up, creating a lot of idle time with this position. And TomS's economy is not that great behind this. He did lose a Vil. He does have more because of the idle TC time. But
yeah, that idle time is beyond tremendous. I think at these higher levels, something like 4 Vils worth of idle time is almost like a losing factor. It's tremendous, dude. 29 versus 24 Vils. Like he has literally like 25% more economy than Graham. Graham absolutely needs to do crazy counter damage soon, or else TomS is just going to pull away with his economic lead.
For sure, but he is in. Graham's pressuring forward here. There's a lot of vills here. There's a few archers to defend, but I guess Graham is ahead. He does have fletching here, so his archers will be better off, and this will create a bit of a stress point here. Ultimately, if he could keep his TC running behind this, he would be in an excellent position, but like you said, this idle time kind of difficult. And a very nice wall towards the town center here, so he will likely not take any more damage on this side at this point.
Yeah, I feel like we've seen this pattern with a lot of the underdogs, where if you just look at the action, you look at the eco KD, they look like they're doing fine, and it is truly the idle TC that does them in. As I mean, that is just the one vector on which TomS is gaining advantage, and like a 5 vill advantage in feudal age for players of this level can quite easily be leveraged into a game win.
Yeah, some nice pickoffs here on the archers, using some box formation for both players, which is interesting. And walking under the tower here, not going to bode well for Graham, as he's gonna dive for it. I think he could lose everything under this tower.
Yeah, that dive was not the smoothest, as Graham loses his military. I mean, without that military, he's toast, bro. He's down 5 vills to what I would assume is a superiorly skilled opponent. I really do appreciate what Graham did, though, man. He clearly had foreknowledge of his opponent, anticipated his strategy, went for forward military, went at him hard. If Graham had had a little bit better luck with the Vill picks and stuff, he would have been rock solid. But alas, he's done effectively no damage.
Yeah, I mean, I like what he went for as well. I think, though, it would have been even better if he would have towered his opponent. Not necessarily going to stay up, but if he would have seen this tower going up, come forward and say towered this wood line, I think it would have been even more convincing of a push forward. But that just is simply because he's obviously invested a lot into this wood line and trying to secure it. Graham, though, uses the market and will buy Castle Age here. So this is actually very doable now if he can take very little damage here, as it will be TomS's turn to go out. If he can get on a small boom, he might be able to catch up in the Vill numbers.
I feel like what he needs is not a boom, but rather to inflict hardcore damage with the earlier Castle Age technology. But yeah, dude, I agree. This earlier Castle Age gives a chance, and it's not just early; it's like tremendously earlier. TomS incredibly far away. If Graham can minimize the damage he takes in the next few minutes, he will have a window to come right back into this.
Yeah, the only question is, though, how much damage does Graham take? He has actually evacuated this forage bush with 18 berries left, so he will see this in time and should be able to pull back. Graham, though, did sell everything, so TC's likely not going to be an option here.
Yep, and that's fine, man. Some knights and a mangonel. I mean, if he can erase Tom's army and get a few Vill picks, he'll be fine. Though Tom has at least like 30 seconds to a minute more. Idling Graham at this critical time is good, but Graham's got 500 food in the bank, man. He's going to be able to do a proper power spike here as he hits Castle Age, and a time that I expect would surprise Tom.
Yeah, but knights with no upgrades. Not sure how long that's going to last. Villagers could go down in the gold here as they have come out to the gold. It's very weird timing for everything with these archers being here. And unfortunately, it is just buying more time for Tom to get to that next stage. He's already clicked up. He's getting upgrades behind this now. And he is 3 archery range, so he is going to go 1 TC all in for the time being.
Yep, some kind of all-in, at least to start the age. as Graham appears to not be doing proper counter damage. I mean, even if he cleans up these archers, that's not what he needs, man. He needs Vil picks. I mean, clearing up those archers would be huge. Graham needs a lot right now, man, as TomS catches up in the ages, and all of a sudden we're back where we started with TomS having, you know, a 6-7 Vil lead, plus probably a military advantage now.
Yeah, and 3 archer ranges here from our Mayan player. Going to be quite good. University dropped immediately as well, so crossbow and botkin on its way in. Likely going to transition that into ballistics right away. Knights are going to try to break in, but honestly, there's another wall behind this. Crossbow botkin is already in, and ballistics will be in very soon.
Why are you so sure ballistics is coming in soon?
University.
Oh, there's University. Oh, I missed that.
He dropped it immediately upon reaching the next age. It's the only reason that I say that. He is not clicked it yet, but does have to get a few other things situated, dealing with pressure as well, so... Knights going down quickly here, though, as well, and ballistics will begin in less than a minute.
Yeah, as Graham doing a better job here than a lot of players have in these early rounds. Definitely staying alive, not getting finished off in early Castle Age. He still got some mangonel dreams here, as big shots would properly equalize the entire game. This is Graham's moment, as this box formation, oddly, is like kind of making the crossbows impervious to a big shot. The dance, nice shot, actually. It's not like the hugest, but okay, yeah.
Yeah, but he knows. I think these guys know each other rather well. That's why Graham was able to come forward with that, knowing the potential strategy behind this. Scouting it out as well. Great forward for Graham here, but ultimately TomS just able to outmaneuver here and get the win. Let's go to the Civs maps yet again here. Mayans with the win, Mongols with the loss. We will go to Monkey Arena. Turks, Byzantines, and Poles for Graham. TomS has Italians, Bohemians, and Burgundians.
Yep, Turks versus Bohemians, I'd say, is by far the most likely matchup here. If there weren't a water map remaining, Italians would be a viable, possible counter to Turks. But Bohemians, man, just the only... They're not the only, but they are, I think, the consensus top-tier arena civ these days. Yep, as indeed it is Turks versus Bohemians.
Yep, it is indeed, and we will have a fun rematch that we have seen so many times now throughout the brackets. It's actually kind of interesting. It's very clear who players at these ELOs view as the top tier civs on this map.
I mean, Bohemians are just stacked as hell, man. I think have it all. Bohemians actually somehow out-edge them in their number of bonuses that are relevant on Arena and the magnitude of those bonuses. I think quite crucially, Bohemians win for sure in the late game, which kind of gives Bohemians some inevitability. They just need to not die, basically, and they'll take it eventually. But pretty much every common, powerful arena strat Bohemians are excellent at. Monks, top tier. Castle Drop, top tier. Fast Imp, top tier. If they just want to go standard and whatnot, they have just a decent game and play all around. They have absolutely crap cavalry, but for the purpose of arena, they can go for light cav if they need to.
Yeah. I really think we're going to see these guys nerfed here before too long. Next patch, I don't think that they're going to allow this to be as good as it is, the way they like to nerf things like that. So, we'll see. Honestly, you disagree?
I don't know, man. Yeah, they don't balance for arena, dude. I think it's been noted by many people that this tournament is unusual in its inclusion of arena, despite being the second most popular map. There's no map like it included in most tournament map pools. The game is balanced for Arabia, and Bohemians are not considered to be top tier on Arabia in the pro scene. So, yeah, by that primary measuring stick of pro performance on Arabia, Bohemians are not on the nerfing block at all.
I disagree. I think they are. Same as the Indians. They were nerfed with their team gameplay, not necessarily their 1v1 Arabia play. They actually took their last armor away. So it'll be interesting to see, but I really think that we're going to see that Hoof Nice, however you want to say it, at least nerfed in some way.
Maybe. How do you nerf it though? I mean, it's just like the tiniest bit better than a bombard in every way. If you just shave a little bit of any of its attributes off, it's still fundamentally the same thing.
You're not wrong, but it does have a few interesting things to it. Let's see what they do with it. I imagine, as I saw earlier this week, we had an Age of Empires 3 update, and we all know there was an Age of Empires 4 update that came out, a small patch, I believe, what was it, right before N4C. So it would only make sense that Age 2 will get some sort of patch here before too long, even if it's just bug fixes and some minor changes.
Well, we'll see, man. If they actually cared about balance for Arena, they would all Turks, in my opinion. But for now, I don't know, dude. I don't think Bohemians are necessarily begging for a nerf. Though I agree that they're grossly overpowered on Arena.
Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be interesting. These guys definitely speaking Spanish, it looks like.
Yep, they're noticing that the monkey does not take up pop space. Yep. Very observant of them. I feel like a lot of players... I mean, I guess if you're trying to pull off like a tight pro build and stuff, you will certainly notice that you're getting housed one bit later and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. For sure. We'll see. TomS going to drop a farm here. I really don't have any clue what these guys are going to go for at this time. Obviously, it's still a little early. But Graham is looking to take his home map here. Turks versus Bohemians. We have seen this matchup a few times before, and I think it's actually been relatively even when we see this matchup.
I don't know, man. I kind of recall Bohemians taking it every time. There have been close ones. But yeah, I mean, one of the few things that I think Turks have better is their unique unit, like, performs better, but not in unique unit to unique unit. Honestly, dude, in a head-to-head, point-to-point comparison, Bohemians are so favorable. The free mining upgrades of both kinds is ridiculous. They're strictly better in eco than the Turks, basically. It's kind of an unfair matchup, dude. Yeah, I still personally prefer Turks, but that's just from familiarity and experience. In an objective, like, game theory analysis way, Bohemians just have it all.
Indeed. We'll see what happens with them in the future. For now, both players on the way to the feudal age. 23 pop here for Graham, 25 for Tom. Graham having 28 seconds of TC idle time. Tom having absolutely zero. Just quite impressive how much that little bit of time really makes a difference.
Yep. As 23 with 1 on stone is a little weird, dude. This does not spell any particularly common build to me. Tendra Resencia. Does the monkey have conversion resistance? Graham says, I don't believe so. So, you know what? These early rounds, these players are figuring out the monkey balance and all this stuff. That is important, man. I was actually quite disappointed in the lower brackets with how slow players were to actually account for the monkey, which is kind of the most unique attribute about this tournament settings.
Yeah, for sure. Blacksmith Market here for our Turk player, who is now shifting on to a ton of stone. Only thing lacking will be gold. Loom coming in here. Not even a Vil? Or did he already get the Vil? Don't even think he made a Vil, so TC idle time yet again here for Graham.
Yep, as it looks like it will be castle drops or castle play from both players. Yeah, a bit of a mirror then. Ultimately though, man, the Bohemian Eco is better. Ugh. It's so tough for the Turks here, man. The Bohemians really take the wind out of their sails.
Yes, indeed. And Tom is just going to stop under the gate here and require that to have some attention. He will actually get in with his monkey then, and shouldn't be able to get a Vil kill with only 7 HP, I don't believe. As long as Loom is in, and it is in already. Castle, likely, but where will it be placed here? As we already see 4 Vils going forward.
Yeah, the loom implies intent to build the castle forward. Of course, you can always make a game time decision and choose to build it at home instead to be safe. But as the underdog, yeah, forward gives you more of a chance, dude. Aggressive strategies win games. They also are more risky. But if you're Graham, you know this guy. He's probably like the strongest player in your clan or whatever. Just go for the throat, forward castle.
Yep, and he is indeed going to drop it very forward by the looks of this. Monkey and Wolf attacking here, but won't be an issue with all these villas around. We do have some stone being bought at the very end to get this up. It will be castle v castle, it looks like, though.
Yep, calculated placement. He didn't want to possibly have his castle ranged by the Turk counter castle. Both these players are going to just race to Imperial Age behind this, I feel. But yeah, Graham's castle here is actually pretty nice, dude. It gives him superior map control. These are a little close together, though. Graham might have a hard time keeping this up once, like, Fletching and Bodkin come in. I actually think that the castle will, like, range repair Vils. So maybe like Rams and Petards actually are viable here for this castle fight.
Well, it will be Janissary and Hussite wagons in production here. Both players going for 1 unique unit piece. Looks like they're going to continue production, though. We'll have a monastery behind this for Tom. And absolutely nothing but villagers and eco buildings behind this here.
Yep. So as TomS looks like he's got a much better eco for getting a fast imp, as Graham instead has all these vills on stone. Maybe he'll be dropping a second castle or something. I don't know. A ram rush is highly viable here, man. If either player could take down the other's castle, I think they'd be in a winning position.
Yeah, neither player grabbing fletching just yet. Unique units only as far as military is concerned, and then the monkey that's still left over here for Tom. Yep. Villagers gonna come forward and tower the stone.
Yep, and it is Rams. It was also Siege Workshop was just for like future bombard cannons, possibly mangonels to defend against the ram rush. But I dig the Rams here, man. Like Hussite wagons and a castle are quite vulnerable to Rams.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. We'll see what happens, though. These stone miners will have to relocate. It is only 1 ram here. Only 6 Janissaries, only 4 Hussite wagons. Behind this, though, I feel like the economy is just so solid for Tom. I don't know. This capture rate does not show us the mining upgrades, but obviously we know that the Bohemian player has the mining upgrades for free, and the ram is going to come in here, and it's only 1. It's like the walls were deleted in front of the castle.
Yeah, a little curious to delete those walls, as it appears Hussite wagons do bonus damage to rams, as that first ram goes down, essentially dealing almost no damage to the castle. I guess it's a bit of a miscalculation then for Graham, as this ram rush, yeah, trickle ramming was not the way here for sure.
Yeah, I think it's just simply because I do 17 attack in total. It's only a battering ram.
But like battering rams have like 200 pierce damage. Maybe like the big ball that the Hussite wagons fire some does melee damage. I'm not sure.
Does gunpowder do
Gunpowder does
pierce?
pierce. Gunpowder does pierce, but bombard cannons do melee. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm not even sure what the Hussite wagon is under as far as a classification. It's not a
It's a
cav
siege
archer, right?
unit.
So yeah,
It's
siege
a
unit.
siege unit. That's why you need redemption for it. Sometimes this game, man, is all about the trivia. Like, it's actually a little unfortunate how much just like random facts you need to memorize to be competitive. As this Janissary force melts, that's extremely discouraging for Graham, man.
Yeah,
He calls
Graham's
it.
just gonna call it. I think that is probably the right move. He was behind, even though he may not have known it by anything other than score. And yeah, congrats to Tom. He will move on here, eliminating one of his fellow TM members from the bracket.
Yep. Good games tonight. Some David versus Goliath, where the Goliaths won. Story of the early rounds, man.
Yep, GG's indeed.